Okay, so this is our final video on pronouns, and in this particular video, we are going to discuss the difference between who and whom. People are often confused as to what to use when, but difference is it's not that complicated. I would repeat again that who is always the nominative case in the sense that it is always used for the subject. So the nominative case basically means the subject or the one that takes the action. Please understand, the one that takes the action is always referred to with the pronoun who, and the one that receives the action. So here we have the nominative case. This is the objective case, and in the objective case we always have the one that receives the action. Now this is very important, the one that receives the action, right? Now many cases there is no transfer of action, right? For example, if I say he is rich, then you would the question that comes to your mind is who is rich, right? The question that you would frame is who is rich, and who answers the question? The subject answers the question. Who is rich? He is rich. And therefore whenever you have a question that starts with who, it often refers to the subject, right? And let's take a few examples here. He is far ahead of others, and the question is who is far ahead of others, and the answer you get is he is far ahead of others. Here the pronoun he is the subject of the sentence, and hence it is in the nominative case. The interrogative form for this would be who is far ahead of us, right? Let's take one more sentence. It is he who is responsible for the disaster, or it is he who yelled at me yesterday. Now it is he. Now this is the emphatic way of writing the idea, right? You can say he is responsible for the disaster, right? The other way of the emphatic way of writing this sentence is it is he who is responsible for the disaster, as if you're looking for someone. In this case too, it is the subject of the sentence is he, which is introduced by the expletive et here. It is he who is responsible for the disaster. And you ask a question, who is responsible? It is he who is responsible, or simply he is responsible, right? Now let's take this case here in which we have used whom. The man whom I saw yesterday. Now the problem is the act of seeing is done by someone. I saw, right? So the act of seeing is being done by someone, and I have the subject, I have the verb here. Then what is this particular thing? This is basically the object of I saw, right? So I saw him, right? And who is this him? This him is the man, right? And therefore we have referred to this man with the pronoun whom, the relative pronoun whom. The man whom I saw yesterday is he. So we have this case here. The man whom I saw is he, right? The man is he, right? The man and he are one and the same thing. The man is he, and who is this man? The one whom I saw. Now for this particular clause, I have a subject, I have a verb, and what is this in return? This is nothing but the object of whom, right? Or basically the object of the action saw. So I saw him, and the man whom I saw is he, right? But the man who saw me is he, right? So the same man, the man is he, right? In the first case, I saw the man, and therefore the man becomes the object, and I have used whom. In the second case, it's the man who saw me, and therefore I have kept who. Why? Because the man is the subject and I have become the object, right? So these are two classic cases through which we get to understand the difference between whom and who. The man whom I saw. So in the first case, whom is referring to the man. Why? Because the action of seeing is being done by someone else. It is I who is taking who is undergoing the action. I saw the man becomes the object. But in the next case, it is the man who saw me, the man becomes a subject, and therefore we have used who. This is the basic difference between who, and please keep this in mind. So if the person to whom the pronoun is referring is the object, then please use whom, and if the person to whom the pronoun is referring is the subject, then please use who. That's it. Nothing more complicated than this.